Hey y'all, welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach.
And I'm Jen.
And today is the start of the Garden Walks 2020.
Yep.
So if you've been following us for a while, you know this is our favorite day of the week. We promised it like a week ago, but we just had so many projects going on. We just now are really getting around to it. But that doesn't mean the garden work has stopped. We've been very busy in the garden.
Yeah, there's a spider on the camera.
There's a spider where?
In the corner.
What corner?
Where it says cannon.
Oh, there sure is. See, that's how much we've been in the garden, that our camera's got dirt on it and an itty bitty spider. See if I can get up.
Oh, no.
He jumped away.
Okay.
I was trying to show him a little bitty house spider. One of those good ones that eats the bed bugs.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's Garden Walk. So what you're going to expect if you're just now getting to know us, once a week, we do a full-blown garden walk, garden tour, whatever you want to call it, where we walk through and show you everything that's growing, give you some tips and tricks on what to do in your garden. We kind of experience it together. So to kind of lay down the land, we're in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So technically that is 6B. But right now I'm going to tell you, zones kind of matter, but not really.
It's really about your first and last frost date.
Exactly. So
ours isn't usually until the first weekend of May. Usually around Mother's Day is when we have our last frost.
Yep.
Which is still a little bit of ways from now.
Yeah. This year they're actually projecting like April 26th-ish.
Never happens. They always say that.
I'm not going to do that. I think May 1st is probably going to be our day. So a little bit before Mother's Day. But May 1st is going to be our day when we actually get everything out of the greenhouse for summer crops. So we're in 6B. We're in Kentucky. If you're looking at frost dates, use your zip code. However, what we do have in common, no matter where we are in the country or in the world, is our plants do the same things.
Yeah.
Right? It's just different times out there. So when ours go yellow, we'll show you how to get yours not yellow. When ours has leaf curl, we'll help you how to get out of leaf curl.
Yeah.
So those kind of things are what you're going to expect in garden walks. So we can kind of work through everything together. Maybe you'll laugh a little.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump right into this bad boy. Okay, because most of our stuff is in the greenhouse, this is where we're starting.
We still have stuff out there, but all of our starts are in here. So first we're going to start with our trees. We've got 2 pear trees and an apple tree from Stark Brothers, who we absolutely love. They have fruit trees, fruit bushes, nut trees, berry bushes, all kinds of stuff. And we do have a code for them. It's Stivers in all caps. So if you want to use them, I think you get...
I think it's 10%.
10%
on
off.
$50 or over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They have everything you need. So if you're wanting any kind of stuff like that, now's the time to do it. So right now we just have them in bags because we haven't planted them out there yet. But you can see that they're all blooming and they're doing really well. And we also have a blueberry bush up here. Over here we've got a whole bunch of tomatoes growing. We've got Amish paste, which are these and these. Some rosellas, which I believe are cherry tomatoes. Some Get Stuffed from Baker Creek. Some beefsteak from M.I. Gardner. Black from Tula from M.I. Gardner.
If you've seen any of our recent videos, that's what Jed calls his Gothic tomatoes.
Yeah, and yellow vernissage from Baker Creek in the back. So they're all doing really good. They're in their little pots. We won't have to transplant them, hopefully, until we get them in the ground.
One thing about these, so because we planted one in each and most all of them, what we'll do with our tomatoes is we'll actually just pull the tomato out, dig the hole a little deeper, bury it down in there because they're already big 6-cell trays. And so that way we don't have to reuse. And so it kind of gets you, maintains a little bit better on your space, because we'll show you what we mean in a little bit about using some of the smaller trays and going nuts.
Yeah.
Because then you have to up pot them somewhere.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So here is some of the zinnias that are growing beautifully. We've got Giant Gem Lavender, Scarlet. Man, oh, that's the cactus mix. So that's what I grew a lot last year. This one is Giant Marigolds. So those are marigolds. Lime zinnias, lime red, and polar bear, beautiful white ones. So that is my germinated out of the fire zinnias. Zach's zinnias. One of our awesome Stive Tribers sent us that last year, and it's absolutely beautiful.
We need to put it over here with the zinnias.
We really do. Perfect spot.
All right, here we've got a few peppers. We've got 2 yellow monsters, Actually, no, these are poblanos. So we've got one coming up here, possibly one here, and two down here, which we need to thin. And then we've got some chocolate beauties, which we grew last year and really liked them, so we did again this year. And we've got some grande jalapenos, some lemon drop peppers, which we're pretty excited about. First time for those. Durango peppers from Haas Tools, which we're pretty excited about too. And a Sunbright sweet pepper right there.
Anybody else that can't stand peppers? Like, I love eating peppers and I love growing peppers, but I hate starting peppers.
There you go.
They're frustrating.
Yeah, we've tried the paper towel method. We've put them right in the pots. We used our grow lights. We used heat mats. We did every way possible. And I mean, we have a decent amount of peppers started. I think it's enough for what we need. Last year we grew too many peppers.
Yeah, we grew a lot.
We're gonna condense this year kind of by force of nature, but that's okay.
But one tip I can give you all with peppers that I think I've learned through this, we planted those maybe a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And we have the best germination rate out of those. Now we're in a cattle kennel greenhouse, but our weather is warmer.
Yeah.
So
humidity.
And humidity. So the one thing about that everyone's gonna tell you is start your peppers early. Start your peppers early. I'm telling you right now, don't start your peppers early, because I have never had luck doing it under grow lights. We've never had luck with the paper towel. Now they did germinate, but then once they germinated, they didn't pop up. So we are done winter starting peppers.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait.
We're just gonna wait till our weather warms up and we can have this nice humidity in this greenhouse.
Only in the greenhouse. We're not gonna start them indoors.
That's right, because right here is what we started under our grow lights and in paper towels.
Not a one.
Not a one. So, you heard it right here. Wait till it gets hot.
Right here, we just up-potted some potatoes, tomatoes. We up-potted them because they were way too crowded and there was all kinds. We didn't thin them like we should. We've got some pink ponderosas back
That's the
there.
3 in the back, and then also over there. Those are all pink.
Yeah,
ponderosas.
all these are pink ponderosas. Some terracotta from Baker Creek, and I think all these are terracotta too.
All those are terracotta.
All those are pink.
So that took me quite a bit of time. The one thing about these grow bags, she's over here counting. The grow bags are awesome, but they really take some time to fill up because you got to do each one individually instead of like the big, like seed trays like this where you can just put them all in and just dump a bunch of dirt in. But they are awesome, but they just take time.
Yeah.
So it took me about an hour and a half just to do. Did you count how many we did right there? No.
9, 12, 19, 28.
28. It took me about an hour and a half to just up-pot 28 tomato plants.
And there's way more.
And there's way more because right here is where we're working on. So you may be wondering, why in the world did you all start that many tomatoes? Well, first off, we can a lot. So we do grow a lot of tomatoes in general. However, we also sell a lot of plant starts, and the #1 top seller is tomatoes.
Yeah.
So that's why we do start a lot, but it is a lot of effort. So just keep that in mind when you're throwing a bunch of seeds down and you got a decent area, you're gonna have pretty good germination rate, especially if you're using Haas Tools or Baker's Creek. I mean, a lot of companies do good, but like those two specifically that we've really paid attention to, they really work hard on their seed germination. So what you throw in is gonna sprout.
Yep.
So just make sure you have the room to be able to up pot and thin and have the time, because it does take a lot of time. So that's what we're doing this whole week with those, because you want to space it out. You don't want to wear yourself out too much and not want to do garden work. So that is the bulk of our tomatoes, and we'll show you more that we have here in just a second.
So we've got more peppers here. We've got some habanados, just one. Some bullnose peppers.
Is it habanada or habanado?
Habanado.
Habanado, right?
4 bullnose peppers, 3 cayennes, 4 sugar rush peaches, 2 shishito peppers, and 2 gold banana peppers. So we got peppers.
We got the peppers. Kill 'em.
Okay, and if you've been with us for a while, you know that I grow a tea garden every year. Last year I used MI Gardener's tea garden kit. This year I went to Baker Creek and got the things I wanted and just kind of went from there. So we've got the blue butterfly peas over here, some thyme going down here, some more chamomile, which I really shouldn't have started because it all reseeded itself out in my tea garden. So now I've got a ton of chamomile. Some mountain mint that I'm excited about, some lime basil, some marjoram, all in this line, some rosemary, which did well. I was excited that they germinated. That is not lemon balm. This is lemon balm, which I also did not need to start again, but I did. I've got some CMS amaranth that is going to be beautiful. You can see already. Some chives that I need to get out. Some fennel I need to find a place for. Some St. John's wort that finally germinated.
100% germination.
Every single cell. We started some indoors and it didn't work, but out here did great. Some echinacea and some calendula. Also, I've got some stevia. It germinated. So how awesome is that? I just literally threw the tiny little seeds in this pot, did not cover them, and made sure they stayed moist, and it popped up. So I have stevia, yay. And some cilantro.
You either love it or you hate cilantro. I don't think anybody's here.
Doorbell's going off.
Is it?
I thought so.
There's no telling. We get visitors often. You either love cilantro or you hate it.
Yeah.
We love it.
We love it.
And so I'm not happy with how much we've grown. I need to grow a whole bunch more because it is my favorite thing. I like on everything. All right, more tomato time. So here's some more that we grew. These are pink ox hearts, Bonnie's Best, which are our favorite canning tomatoes, black Krim, pineapple tomatoes, white cherries, which is our favorite white cherry. We grew them last year. We absolutely love them. And then we have some eggplant back here. I am not even going to pronounce that. Let's just show it to you. And then we've got some orange, Turkish orange eggplant right here. But these tomatoes are beautiful. So I saw, oh, we got a spider. Let's see. Where, am I on it? Oh, he jumped. Oh, there he is. Good boy. You eat them bad bugs. I've seen a lot of questions on social media about your tomato plants. Your little starts turning a little bit yellow. See right here how we're getting a little yellow as well. Yellowing means two things: overwatering or not enough nutrients. So what you need to remember with any kind of seed starting mix that you use, back up, the overwatering. You know if you're overwatering. If you're being too much of a hover parent and you're just constantly watering, I'm guilty of it a lot. And you just like the little bit of dryness, you're like putting water all in it. That might be just your problem. Just maybe try to tone back your watering just a tad. Do it in the morning, do it in the evening, leave it alone other than that, and see if they get better. Second, they don't have any nutrients. They have that seed starting soil isn't really soil. It doesn't have all that beautiful nutrients that your soil does. So it lacks that. It's just very airy. It's supposed to just help it germinate. It's temporary. So what we like to use is, first off, liquid fish. You're gonna hear us talk about fish. I got stuff all over me. You're gonna hear us talk about liquid fish all year. We believe in it. We love it. Basically, all it is fish water. Yeah. When it boils down to it, it's all the stuff they get into the water and they shoot out. VW Family Farms actually has a cool thing. They do an aquaponic stuff where they have tilapia in their greenhouse and they recycle that water, which is liquid fish. Yeah. It's very neat and very awesome, and we love it. Our plants do amazing. So first, try that. You just use about, in your starts, if you have a little sprayer, I think it's right behind you. Can you pick it up there? So if you have a little sprayer, what do we do? About half a cup, maybe a few tablespoons. It doesn't really matter. You can't overdo it, let's say that. And then you mix it with water, and then we just kind of give them a nice little spray in the evenings. And we do that usually once a week. Every Sunday, it's liquid fish day.
You can also do it seasonally. We choose to just do it every week.
Yeah, and exactly. So if you do it seasonally, you do a higher potency into your soil, and that's more for like, outside kind of stuff, I guess you would say. But try that, see if it brings them back. The next case would actually be using organic fertilizer. So something on the lines of this. And you would want to put that actually directly into the soil, mix it in, and then add water to it, and then that gives it some nutrients. Still, just a little pinch. I would give it a little bit of water and then call it a day and see if that works.
Yeah.
But that is the 3 steps we would take on trying to fix yellowing on your tomatoes.
Yep. All right, we've got a few peppers mixed in here. An Anaheim from Baker Creek, a lemon drop from Baker Creek, and I think that's it. The rest are tomatoes. We've got Kentucky beefsteak because we live in Kentucky, so why not? We love beefsteak.
And we love yellow tomatoes.
Yeah. We've got orange jazz.
Dad's Sunset, I think, right?
Dad's Sunset. And that's it for that. So all kinds of tomatoes. And we've actually got some more here. We have more beefsteak from Baker Creek, Abe Lincoln, pork chop, Great White Terracotta, which we have over there. Anne's Noir, Amarillo, Tomatillo, Red Burgundy Okra, random okra. Some Jing Orange Okra here. So lots of okra. Alabama Red Okra and Green Tent Squash.
Well, that got ate by a mouse.
It did.
You gotta watch them daggone mice, man. They like to get...
Greenhouse is perfect for them. So.
Yes, it is. Nice and warm. They get to stay dry. It's outside, and there's food. And they love any kind of squash stuff. So one thing about us is we really like to transplant. We are not a big direct sower gardeners. We don't have anything against it. It's just we've never had an issue with any kind of transplant.
Not peas, not carrots, not onions. So we transplant everything.
Everything. And so we can tell you successfully that you're not going to have that many issues if the environment's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, watch them mice.
Okay, so this is last year's tea garden. A few things are coming back. Lots of chamomile. It's actually down here on the ground.
Look at the ground.
All over. It's okay. I mean, I love chamomile. We've got some lemon balm over here on the ground. And the most of my lemon balm is up here.
An exact spot.
Exact spot. I love lemon balm. Definitely grow it. If you're into herbs at all, grow you some chamomile. We've got dandelion greens that are coming back, which we love. And I think that's all that's coming back so far.
More chamomile.
Yeah, I've got oregano in my grow bag over here.
Oh, let's show.
And it's coming back and doing really great. Love oregano. I'm going to move it over here.
So if you're planting a tea garden or if it's your first time trying to do any kind of herb garden, a lot of herbs are invasive. Big time mint. Any kind of mints are going to just take over a garden if you don't trim them back. Overeating your lemon balm. Lemon balm. Just go ahead and do it like a rule of thumb. Like any kind of herb is just going to be invasive and take over stuff. So you have to just be very aware of that. You have to make sure you trim it back, keep it cut, and when it goes to seed, they're going to germinate everywhere. So
unless you do your tea garden in pots. If you do it in pots, don't worry about it. You'll have exactly how much you need, and you won't have to worry about it being invasive. Right. We do some in pots, and the other we just maintain it really well, and we cut it back and make sure that it doesn't take over. Yeah,
so it's very possible in a raised garden bed or any kind of small area to grow a bunch of herbs. It just takes a little attention, and so don't let anybody tell you that it's going to take over your entire yard, because it will if you let it, but it won't. So here is one of our, it's not really a fail, it's more of an animal disaster. We planted a bunch of shallots in this raised bed. I'm talking a bunch of them. And then we had a situation where we had to put our front porch dogs out in the back, and they completely dug it up. So here's what we've got planted that actually hung out and made it. So we got a few shallots going. What we're about to show you might be our most proud thing we've done in the state of Kentucky over winter.
Definitely.
We grew all of our salad for our entire winter in that little shanky hoop house in this raised bed.
Our whole family plus my family who came and picked greens whenever they wanted to.
That's right. So we have arugula that has gone to seed.
But it's still good.
Yeah, it's still good. It might get a little bitter, but if you eat some of the baby leaves on the bottom, you can still eat it. We got romaine. We had some butterhead, which we had cow shoot butterhead and regular butterhead, so that's the red and the green. And I believe that was it. But we grew this whole bed, and it's still thriving. Everything but the arugula. Still eating it on it.
Arugula's still fun.
Oh, graybeard, still good. Nice. And just burn it up. If y'all saw one of our first garden walks last year,
Yeah, that's a really good point. I should check.
you should.
My stepdad said that there were some little wormies.
Yep, she tried.
Probably just ate one.
She tried to eat a piece of broccoli. I know, and she ate a caterpillar because it was trying to dig into the broccoli. But that is the salad bed, and this is us telling you, any kind of younger, new gardener, experienced gardener, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You don't need a big high tunnel to be able to grow food all winter. That was about $30, and it's tore up now because it went through a lot of bad storms. But it still hung out and it still worked. And
we'll just make another one next year because it was so cheap.
That's exactly right. And we got 0-degree temperatures here, and this stuff made it. So you can too.
It did. We had a few pictures where the hoop house was covered in snow, and we opened it up and the lettuce was as beautiful as ever.
Yep.
We ate it all winter.
And I tell you what, growing in the winter where it's cold, it is the sweetest lettuce.
Yeah.
You know, there's zero bitterness because that's the
You
reason.
have it for so long.
Right.
Like you don't let this stuff go to head. You just clip it and then it regrows. So you don't have to succession plant or whatever they call it.
Right.
You just have it all winter.
That's right. And we get, that's actually a good point. We did not like plant 2-week intervals. We just ate the baby leaves on the side or the adult leaves on the side, let the baby leaves go, and you just have it all year. Yeah. And so grow your salads, baby. We've also been growing this all year as well. It's 3 different rows of carrots. So right here, we have a Baker Creek purple carrot. In the middle, we have M.I. Gardner's regular carrot. And then on the right, we have Hoss Tools regular carrot. And actually, I got the names here. So, oh, that one's actually M.I. Gardner. Sorry. So this one's M.I. Gardner.
No, I just stepped in mud.
You just stepped in it?
Bolero carrot from Hoss Tools.
Bolero.
That's the one.
And then this one is a very popular one, the Black Nebula.
Black Nebula. From Baker Creek.
Yeah, so there's all those. And then on the very end is our Comfrey that has came back and is being beautiful.
Love my Comfrey.
Comfrey is another plant that you'll be told is very invasive, and it can be. But we had 4 starts from Heirloom Permaculture when we went to
14.
Booking 14.
Boking 14.
Boking 14. And so these 4 were our starts that we started with last year. And Jen makes all kinds of salve and everything with them, and we kept them trimmed back. And then you can see they're right there. They did not spread anywhere. And so that Comfrey is another item that you can plant in a raised bed.
All right, so here is our garlic bed that we planted when? November?
October.
We planted all this garlic from Hoss Tools. It's elephant garlic, so it's a little bit more like a leek, but it's still going to be great. We planted in October, and we mulched it pretty heavily with organic mulch from our nursery and left them all winter. We just let it sleep. Occasionally watered it when it needed some water, but it rained mostly, and you can see it now. They're thriving. So we're going to pick that probably July and have all kinds of elephant garlic.
Yep. And one thing I've learned a lesson from here, I could have done 2 more. We could have done 2 more rows.
Or onions. We should have done onions.
Yep. Should have grown onions right down the middle of them, right through there, because we could have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows in this bed.
Yeah.
And the last thing we're going to show you all that's growing in our garden is the little engine that could. Yeah. So we planted this bed right here that also had a hoop house on it, probably about 2 months later than the salad bed. Yeah. It had gotten pretty far into winter when we planted this. So
this was the loofah bed.
Yes,
so I had
this
to wait
is loofah
for
bed.
all my loofahs to be done, take them up, take off the cattle pound trellises, and then plant that. So it was a little bit later.
Yeah, so this one has kale that's growing in here, that's red Russian, and then scarlet. Wow, baby, your hands are cold. What have you been into?
My water is running out.
Your water's running out? Well, I think your hands need a break from the water because they are ice cold. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so we have scarlet, kale that's right here, red Russian are these, and then we have a few Swiss chards in here. So
also some lemon balm over there that flew and landed.
My goodness, there is in there.
Tea garden.
Tea garden flying everywhere. So these plant starts look like plant starts for 6 months.
Yeah.
They didn't grow an ounce. Some died off, some just hung out like the ones we just showed you. Now they're finally growing. So I was like,
kale's growing quick.
We looked at each other and we were like, well, we planted our spring garden.
Yeah.
So now because they're just going well now.
It just slept all winter.
Yeah, it just slept all winter and just hanging out in there. But the little engine that could. So that is the first 2020 garden walk. Yeah. It's really exciting. I can feel my energy higher in these kind of videos. Oh, real quick. that's the tilled garden. If
Yeah.
you're not familiar, there's nothing in that. We've recently done it, so we are not against tilling.
That's where our zucchini, squash, pumpkins, melons, stuff
Mhm.
like that goes.
Yep. Whatever your beliefs are, we try different methods. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Plant
we've always
something.
done a tilled and grown garden, and it's always been successful, so we'll just continue to do so.
That's right. I mean, because raised beds can be expensive. The beds itself are not too much, but if you have to bring in soil or natural compost or organic
It was the
anything.
first way we learned how to grow.
Exactly. So don't fear if you've never gardened and you have a tiller. Till your ground and put a seed in it.
Yeah.
At least it's a start. It's okay. We promise. It's not going to hurt anything. Anyways, that's where the till garden is. We are really excited about the gardening year. You see kids just running back and forth. It all started with that little bitty, well, it started with just a tilled garden bed.
Phone's ringing.
I got somebody calling me. Hang on. It all started with just tilling a garden, going from it. Then we built a few beds. Then we built that greenhouse.
Yeah.
And then now here we are. So we've been doing it for several years now. We feel like we're fairly successful, but you're still going to have things that go
Still have
wrong.
bugs, still have
Yep.
issues, you'll still have pests. You just can't prevent that. But you can try your hardest.
That's right. So we are all organic. So follow along with us. Make sure to subscribe because this is the start of a long year of fun and exciting growing season.
Yay.
And I don't feel like there's ever been a more important time to grow than
Yeah.
right now or start learning how to grow.
Yeah.
And you can no matter where you
And
are.
if you're at home, get you some seed starting mix. Even if you want to order it off Amazon or House Tools,
Yep.
get you a few seeds and just start in pots. Start a garden. Get your hands in the dirt and get out there.
Yep.
Perfect timing. You're not too late. You're not too early. Just go ahead and do it.
That's exactly right. So all the stuff we've shown you, you can access it. We'll put it down in our description below. Some of our favorite things, if anything you saw here you want to get for your own garden. So you can do that. But our last thing that we're talking about is the possibility of us getting a high tunnel. I think that's our next big step we need to do for our garden. We got a nice level spot that we want to do it in. So we'll see. We'll see what goes from there. But that's it for this garden
That's
walk.
it. We love y'all.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Till the next
we got to throw that into our end somehow. It's very awkward and whatever. But hit the subscribe button. Throw us a comment if you have any of your opinions or thoughts on everything that you saw today.
Yep.
And until the next one.
We love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.